It's time for another exciting round of the A-League, and we've got some great games to look forward to this weekend. But there's one match that's got everyone buzzing, the Sydney Derby. Here you will see the predictions for all the games with the analysis and data. Leave a comment below with your predictions. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more exciting A-League content. Now let's get to the games. Adelaide United opens the round receiving Wellington Phoenix. This is a very exciting game about two teams of the top six fighting for the second place. Adelaide is the current second with the 34 points and the Phoenix is the fifth with 31 points. The data indicate that Adelaide United is better than Wellington Phoenix. In terms of average scoring, Adelaide has 2.11 versus 1.33 for the Knicks. And in goals conceded, Adelaide has 1.11 versus 1.33 again for Wellington Phoenix. Goodwin is collecting goals round per round. He has now 9 and is the most performing player in the team. Other names such as Ibuzuki and Irakunda also have good performances lately and together combine other 9 goals. Ben Halloran is suspended and doesn't play this game. On the Knicks side, Oscar Zawada with 12 goals is not playing, which is a huge offensive concern for the Knicks. Bozida Kraev with 7 goals has to take the lead in the attack system. And I would like to highlight Ugarkovic, who's giving the right balance to the team as well. Both teams usually concede goals in their games, but are facing great fall. So this game is very open and anything can happen. However, I feel like Adelaide is slightly better and playing at home is definitely a plus for them. I believe that Adelaide may come out of a win with a 2-1, but the game seems to be very, very tough. On Saturday, Newcastle Jets and Perth Glory are playing still to still have chances to make it through to the finals. Niue is the 8th and Glory is the 10th position. Who wins this game gets closer to the top 6, but if there's a draw, both will be further away from it. In terms of data, Newcastle Jets has scored 1.6 goals per game and conceded 1.6 on average. They are in a poor form so far at home with 2 recent losses, 2 wins and 1 draw. Perth Glory isn't backed by the data this time, with 0.8 goals scored and 1.9 goals conceded when playing away. But their current form is terrible, with only 1 draw and 4 losses in the last 5 games. Beka Mikkeltadze is the top goal scorer with 5 goals. His recent form has improved from before. He's definitely the man of this team. Trent Buhagia also provides offensive strength to the team. There are no injuries or suspensions for this team on this game. On the Glory side, David Williams with 5 goals is the speed and the engine that makes the team runs, as he is useful in counterattacks. Kinga Yelatic has been amazing lately and giving a good balance to the team in the midfield. He's a good young player in development. Mustafa Amini may come back from the suspension, with Glory losses Jordan LC due to a suspension from last game. This game may be a field battle where both teams will try their best to end as the winner. Despite the quality may not be the best to watch, this time this season every point counts, so we may see the teams fighting very hard. Both teams are kind of similar, to be honest, and I don't see a big win for them. However, I say that at this stage, everyone is not giving points so easily. So both current forms are poor, and that's why I believe that this game could be a draw. 2-2, and both teams will end up further away from the top 6. Also on Saturday, Brisbane Roar receives Western United. The Roar is the second last and is still trying to avoid the wooden spoon, while Western United has jumped a few positions and is now could effectively get into the top 6. The data puts Western United as the best team for this game. Brisbane Roar score 0.8 per game and concede 0.9 goals on average, while Western United scores 1.5 goals on average and concedes 2.25 goals when playing away. Jay O'Shea has brought the attention as he has been commanding the Roar midfield, as he also has 5 goals in the competition. Carlo Amiento follows with 3 goals. The defender Jordan may return from the suspension to give some defensive support to the team as well. Alexander Prijovic is the name of the goal scorer for the Western United with 5 goals, but the young Noah Botic is on fire lately and may score this game to be the new goal scorer. There are no new injured or suspended players for this game. This is a good game for the strikers, as both teams have been conceding goals. And I believe that Western United is living a better moment right now, despite not having a much better team. Also, in my opinion, Brisbane Roar is facing its worst performance ever, actually, and I can't see many changes in the short term. 3-2 for Western United in a hopeful goal fest. Are you a football fanatic looking for a community where you can discuss your passion 24/7? Well, just look no further. I am excited to offer you a free pass to join our vibrant community on Telegram. Just scan the QR code in the center or head over to predictortalk.com/join community to join us. We just don't talk about football. We also cover bets from other leagues. So join us now and let's talk some football. Wrapping up the Saturday games, we have Sydney Derby. The fiercest game of the round will be full of drama and chance. Both teams are in the top 6 right now, and any point will be welcome to move forward to the finals. The data shows that both teams are actually similar. The Sydney FC scoring average is 1.22 versus 1.1 to Western United, and in the goals conceded are 1.56 to Sydney FC versus 1.2 to Western Sydney. Sydney FC won't count on Max Burgess, who is still suspended. Adam Lefondre and Joe Lolly are the top 2 goal scorers with 6 and 5 goals respectively. Robert Mack also has 5 goals but hasn't played well lately, so it's time for redemption. On the Western Sydney side, Brandon Borrello is the man of the team and also got called up for the Socceroos in the next friendlies against Ecuador. His performances correspond to it, and he is also the team goal scorer with 8 goals. Western Sydney also counts on the return of Marcelo and Gabriel Clerc, and Yeni Ngabakoto is a dangerous player and Sydney FC should pay attention to him. In the last game, Sydney FC was the winner. No doubt that this game will be electrifying and is a must-watch. Although both teams are very similar, I still believe that Western Sydney Wanderers may win because they have a strong defensive system. All they need to do is manage to score, so for me it will be 1-0 for Western Sydney. On Sunday, MacArthur plays against the leader of the competition. The Bulls have the biggest challenge of getting some points out of this game, as they are now in the 9th position with 3 points down from the top 6. Melbourne City could guarantee their place in the finals if they win this game and a certain combination of results happen. The data indicate that Melbourne City is a better team than MacArthur. City scores 1.9 goals per game and concedes 1.4 goals on average, while the Bulls score 1.5 but concedes 1.2 goals per game. Matt Miller is the top goal scorer with 5 goals so far. Arabuli follows with 4, and Arzani has been giving a massive support from the left side with 5 assists. Daniel Da Silva will have to bring his A game to avoid City to create chances. On the Melbourne City side, Jamie McLaren is the league's top goal scorer with 18 goals. And despite recent news of an injury, he may play. Marco Tilio may be often used in this game as well. Also, Van der Ven may return from an injury and should play this game. Thomas Lamb is suspended and will not play. Historically, MacArthur has never won Melbourne City. The history may continue because even though the city doesn't face a good moment, MacArthur is now facing a worse form. As the city used to play less offensive when away, I believe that this game may end at 2-0 for them, and maybe they officially make it through to the finals. And closing the round, Melbourne Victory challenges Central Coast Mariners in order to try to get rid of the wooden spoon. Melbourne Victory still has a chance to jump to the 11th position if they win this game. However, this is a big challenge once they are facing a third place Central Coast that needs to win to keep chasing the second place. The data indicate that Melbourne Victory is slightly better than Central Coast Mariners. The victory score is 1.5 per game and concedes 1.25 on average playing at home, and Central Coast scores and concedes 1.56 on average when playing away. Bruno Fornaroli is the man to go on Victory's team with 5 goals. He's shown that he can score in the difficult games. Jake Brima will have to play really well to support him in this game. This is also a good game to put Fernando Romero for a few minutes to give more mobility to the attack. There are no suspended or injured players for this game in the Victory team. On the Central Coast side, Jason Cummings has 14 goals and is actively chasing the top goal scoring of the A-League. Marco Tulio also offers strong support, and Benny and Kololo won't play this game due to suspension. However, Moresh and Brian Caltech return after the suspension and are likely to play. This game is tough to predict because Victory has players that could change a game, but Central Coast, despite having suspended players, still have other good players returning and is a fast team to play against. Also, Melbourne Victory usually plays well against top 6 teams. I feel like Victory could win the game, but I guess a draw will be more suitable considering the data, so it's a 1-1 for me. Now I would like to show you all the bets I'm being placing for this upcoming round. Just be mindful that the odds may be different from what you see here. Feel free to copy them to your bet slip, but never use any money that you can't afford to lose. Be mindful that sports betting has risks as any other investment, and nobody becomes rich overnight, so always bet responsibly. Subscribe to the channel to receive the next games analysis. The space is now open for you to share your opinions. And I'll see you soon.